how this journey has been for you personally.
So part of the story I haven't told you yet is that so in August of 12 I went on retreat, and in November of 12 my wife and a team came down and went on retreat. And so we led our first retreat in Dallas in the spring of 13. And the day that we were set to start the first 201 in Dallas, we got word that my wife was diagnosed with breast cancer. So for the next 3 years, Laura was undergoing treatment for breast cancer, chemotherapy, double mastectomy, radiation treatment. Kind of hit a period after about a year of the lull of just the cancer wasn't spreading, and she was healthy and doing well. And then the cancer came back, spread to her brain. And last spring of 15, she spent 3 weeks in the hospital, and then left the hospital in the care of hospice and passed away in June of 15. So for me, like the journey from 13 to where, so it wasn't 15 when she died, it was summer of 16. So from 13, from that beginning of 201 to her passing in the summer of 16, those 3 years, it was just Laura's battle with cancer and then sickness and death. And so, I think personally, I have this vow that shows up in my work of I'll do it alone, but, there was this sense of just general life, I do it alone. And Laura was one of those, we grew up and were high school sweethearts, and so she's been everything to me in terms of just a support. So I think one of the things that has really been, I can't imagine having to walk this journey apart from faith walking. So I think where I've been transformed is that in those early years of faith walking for me, I was opening myself new to receive from others. And as a pastor, I think I had been that sense of, my job's to give to others, not to, I don't have needs, I don't need to receive. And so faith walking helped me to see that I have needs, that as the oldest son and having siblings that really had some evident brokenness in their lives with mental illness or dyslexia and things like that, I was kind of always built up as the self-sufficient one. But faith walking helped me to see that wasn't God's best for me. And so I think I've just, like the last year and a half, the community that surrounded me and Laura and our daughter Grace has just been amazing. It's been really hard, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Laura and feel the loss. But at the same time, I think this connection to community has been the thing that keeps me able to get out of bed in the morning and to keep going. So one of the things we say in Dallas, and I don't know if I forget where we got it, but we just believe we're formed in community, and we're therefore have to be transformed in community. And to me, that's an idea that I've personally walked, that I just bought into the lie of my personal walk with Jesus and, my quiet time and all that stuff. And I just think that if the goal is to love our neighbor and to love God in this, relational context, then it's only in opening ourselves to others to really receive and to be vulnerable and authentic that we can be changed. And so that's been the journey of just, like I have a house for the first time in my life. Out of necessity last year, we had 2 coolers on our front porch to receive food, but everybody in our community knew where the house key was hidden. So there was this whole group of people that could just come in the house, and to me, that's a metaphor for to live that kind of openness and vulnerability that we needed that at through Laura's sickness. And we're, so another piece of the puzzle is that I personally have been dreaming for a long time, and Laura was a part of this journey of what would it look like to live in community? And so I met with a realtor today about putting my house on the market, and we have a house in mind where it looks like that there's the real possibility that my daughter and I may be moving into kind of a communal living kind of setup. that for us is the outflow of faith walking, that we want to literally have a model of that kind of community on mission in a neighborhood. So